I think that girl's just wearing underwear. Don't you think? Like, that's not even clothes. That's just boxers and a bra. From Connecticut. Oh, whatever.
But you better not complain, boy. You get in trouble with the man. Let the midnight sweat.
You don't want to be afraid of gates in BLM land. They're mostly for cattle controls, so you can open and close them. Just make sure you leave them in the state you found them in. This is a cool little canyon. It's not too hard to access either. Bumpy, but I think any SUV or truck can do it. Might have to push a few places if you have an Outback or something like that, one of the car-based four-wheel drive vehicles. Gets you some nice shade during the day. Such a narrow canyon. These two people up here are the ones who were stopped. That's just what I wanted to see, because I want to get a picture of them in the shade before they come out into the sun. Black Dragon Canyon is named after the Black Dragon pictograph it contains. People wondered why natives over 2,000 years ago would know what a dragon looks like. Some creationists even use it as evidence that dinosaurs existed during the time of man, going so far as to name the specific type of pterodactyl they were painting. But looking up close at it, you can see that it's not a single image, but 3 images. The person who initially outlined it in chalk just did a really bad job. Besides defacing the pictographs, this shows why you should never outline the art. I tried to get very high contrast pictures of the nearby panels to help show the original figures, but I had the wrong settings on my camera and I'll have to try again another time. My main mission this trip was to take a picture of the nearby supplication pictograph. A dog-like figure seems to be bowing down to something. I worked out the angles and he's facing towards the sun as it comes over the canyon rim at high noon, and thought maybe the angle he's bowing at points him in the direction at the sun at a notable celestial moment. So here, when the sun is at its highest on the summer solstice, he's pointing too low. Maybe the picture lines up better on one of the equinoxes or in the winter solstice. I'll have to come back and try again. I love the San Rafael Swell. Look at those rocks over there. Just that jagged ridge is just fantastic. Just never cut corners. Even if other people have been doing it, stay on the main trail all the time. Okay, this freeway is I-70, one of the main east-west freeways in the United States. In fact, there's a good chance that you live near an intersection that joins this freeway, even if you're in the East Coast. I'm gonna wait for some traffic. I don't want to cut people off. Thing is, the last part of I-70 that was built was through, well, I think there was a part in Colorado that was the very last. One of the last was the push through the San Rafael Swell, which you're going to see right as soon as I can get up to speed. It's a little laggy. You can see how imposing these cliffs were. There's any place that the rock does, or anything cuts through, it's these narrow canyons like the ones you're about to see. But before we do that, I want to go through where I-70 cut through the swell. It is so cool. Just this reef is so impressive. I love it. So here is where the cut happened. I always think of this as the gateway to the San Rafael Swell. Semis have a hard time. This is a pretty steep hill. Coming down, it's a little rough on the semis. They can, people burn out their brakes on this. Is this guy gonna? Yeah, he's gonna wait. Thank you, Kodiak Tower. You're the man. Yeah, he's making a move behind me. Keeping an eye. It's. Let me see. Check the temperature. According to the truck, it's 102 degrees out there. I'm guessing that's because it was sitting in the sun for a bit. Probably more like 95, 93. It was 91 before when I was driving earlier today. So going up a 6% grade at 93 degrees, you gotta watch your engine temperature. Don't want to end up like these semis pulled off the side of the road trying to cool down. Talk about a dick move. These are free. Don't cut it out. Just stop by a visitor center and get your own. Jesus. Oh, that view. San Rafael Swell, by the way, currently is not a national monument or a national park or nothing. We're just on government public lands. That's it. It is public, so I mean, it's not like they're going to be building any hotels along here soon, but it's easy to lease and turn into mining and drilling, although there is a proposal to preserve it so that people can't mine or drill it, which I am all for. Remains of a dam. Looks like it washed out once. Still water in it. Pronghorns on the other side, nice. Horses. Oh no, that's mules. Those could be wild burros over there. A lot of wild burros and wild horses up here on the swell. I guess this is where we see if my truck can fit under the freeway. That's a piece of cake. A little sandy though. Got more rock art here. It's Barrier Canyon style. Looks very similar to the bottom halves of the Rain Angels in Buckhorn Wash. This is Ancestral Puebloan as well. That one right in the center is about 2.5, 3 feet tall as it stands. That's not counting what got chipped off. This is maybe one of the most famous in the area. Beautifully preserved. I don't know what the name of this one is, but I'm calling it ET. This fence you see here, this isn't to keep people out, this is to keep cows away from the pictographs. They have a tendency to rub up against things and wear them down. This is Dutchman Arch up in the swell. Very close to the freeway. Here's some views. So the ones that are lit up is the San Rafael Swell reef. The ones in the distance that are kind of splotchy is the Book Cliffs, and beyond that is Indian reservation land. Here's what it looks like from the top. Oh, what the heck? Now you're passing? The lane ended! Oh my god. You know what? Don't do that if you're advertising your company. That guy's been riding my tail for blocks. And then suddenly he decides to pass when the lane ends. Oh, and now he's getting off! Oh, that son of a...